everybody, welcome back to mclovinmoto. Today on the channel I want to show you my 2019 DRZ400S. You've probably seen it in other videos if you've watched my channel before. If you haven't, go check them out. I bought it a couple months ago and it was a leftover 2019 that I got here in 2020. I've made some modifications to the bike. I just want to show you what I've done and kind of walk you through some of the things that have made this bike more enjoyable for me. If you haven't, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button, and then also hit the notification bell so you know when I post content like this. And let me walk you through the cool things that I've done to this bike so far. Okay, so hopefully you can see this okay. My dog's being silly. Say hi, Copper. Yep, say hi. There you go. Couple things I've done to this bike. Actually, I've done quite a few things. The first thing I did was when I bought the bike, they had Suzuki had a $300 accessories credit, and so I was able to put $300 worth of accessories on the bike right as soon as I bought it. So as soon as I signed the paperwork, they gave me the catalog, and I started ordering things. The first thing I ordered was a set of tires. These are the Kenda Trakmasters, and as you can see, they're very knobby. I haven't really done a whole lot of riding on them yet. Like I said, I got 400 miles on the bike. Most of that's off-road. They really don't hardly look worn yet at all. So the Kenda Trakmasters have awesome grip. Very pleased with those. I'll show you the back one here. Pretty neat tire. Like I said, I haven't done a whole lot of road riding, so I'm not sure how they're going to hold up in the long run, but happy with those. Other thing I did right away was I went with these new Footpegs. The ones that come from the factory are terrible. They're tiny and they don't work well. I'm gonna put my hand in there just so you can kind of see the difference or the size. I put case savers on. These are just cheap Amazon specials. They've held up pretty well. You can see this one's starting to get some wear from my shifter. I think from my MX boots, it pushes the shifter against it. Not a big deal because they're designed to get beat up, so that's okay with me. So yeah, foot pegs, tires, case saver. I bought these Moose Racing handguards. They're aluminum with a plastic sheet, plastic cover. The one thing I did have to do is I had to modify them a little bit because the Moose Racing handguards that it came with were for some reason I bought two different sets of plastic shields, and each one of them didn't have the right holes for those, so I had to modify them. I put bolts through, as you can see there. I had to use some aftermarket hardware to get those to fit right. They're on there now. They're sturdy. Don't have any problems with that, and happy with how they look. I'll come out here so you can see. Okay, what else have I done? I've got my Oregon ATV permit on there so that I can ride the trails. Okay, so I put this giant loop bar bag on. This has been awesome. A lot of times I'll put my cell phone or my keys, other small items in here. It really works well for holding those things that you want to have quick access to. I would like to get a tank bag at some point. Haven't done that yet, but this has worked out really well for storing a lot of my small items. I put a ram mount on my bars for my phone with a quad lock phone mount. Guys, this is awesome. If I don't know what you're using, it's sturdy, it doesn't move around. Very happy with how that is mounted. You can move it around real quick if you need it. If you need it a different direction, you can turn it so it's sideways. It ain't coming off there, trust me. It's just not. It's on there well. Very happy with my quad lock phone mount. Next thing I just did up here on the bars is I put a USB charger. It's got a USB-C and a regular USB, and it's plugged right into my port for my battery tender. I ran it down through the bars. This is cool. It's got an on-off switch and it tells you the voltage of the bike. Right now it's showing 12.4 while the bike is turned off. If you can see that. But you can turn it on and off so it doesn't drain the battery. Really happy with that because I know that sometimes DRZs have a tendency to lose battery when they sit. So I did that. Just a shout out to a couple people right here. I've got Critter Moto. I've got his logo on here. I've got Giant Loop. I have Preset Moto. They make a handlebar cover. And then the next thing I want to talk about was my Precision motorcycle rack. This rack is made by them, Precision Motorcycle. I believe I got it off Amazon. I really like how it mounts. It mounts to the rear seat posts and then mounts where the tool bag used to mount, and put it on there. Super sturdy. It actually has a spot for a Rotopax underneath here, so I could put a Rotopax mount on there with a Rotopax. So that might be something I do at some point. Instead, I went with this Apache Box. This is by Harbor Freight. Just a small box. It's waterproof. It's weatherproof. You can lock it. It's got locking tabs, and then it's got all sorts of different types of foam. There's pieces of foam you could put each individual item in here. That's not how I chose to use it. I just kind of used it as an empty box. There's my Giant Loop pronghorn straps, my Preset Moto handlebar cover, my toolkit that comes with the bike. I just left it in here. But yeah, nice little box. I usually will throw my drone or extra camera equipment in there. It's been pretty sturdy so far. They're cheap. They're like 20 something bucks. So if I break it or it falls off or damage it, I can buy another one real easy. So that's what I did on the back. Another shout out to a couple folks here. We've got Dork in the Road. We've got Stay Dangerous But Good, one of their stickers. That's a pretty neat one there. This is from Dork's wife, Mrs. Dork. I've got my unicorn on there, Critter Moto, and then obviously Dork in the Road. Those are some of the folks that I am friends with and who I wanted to shout out on my motorcycle. Here's my other case saver. Really like the blue. It looks awesome on the bike, and they were super cheap. They were like 10 bucks. A little bit of adhesive silicone and stuck them on there. There's my other foot peg. Oh yeah, last but not least, this is a Devol Racing skid plate. All aluminum skid plate. It's got holes for draining. I'm very happy with this. It's definitely louder. You can tell that it's there because you get some harmonics off it. It's not terrible. It works well. And been pretty pleased with that. I think it was a little over 100 bucks, but it's been well worth the money. I've heard things bounce off of it, and I'm glad that I have it on the bike. So that's pretty much what I've done with the bike. As far as things I'd still like to do, I think I'd like to get the a new set of mirrors. That would be nice to have a set that's a little more. I think they're the ram mount mirrors. I'm spacing on the name right here at the moment. But a different set of mirrors. I would like to at some point get a tail tidy. The back end of these things is kind of obnoxious with this big old fender. So that's on my list of things to do. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. The other thing I did, which I'm gonna have to come around here. Pacific Northwest Dual Sport. I got this thing all stickered up. The other thing that I did was I put a set of bar risers on it. They're 30 millimeter bar risers. They're Moto. I bought them off Amazon. They were pretty inexpensive. It's hard to see with my bag on there. Sorry, guys. But it's a 30 millimeter bar riser for the factory handlebars. And man, that's made a difference in standing up. But there's those right there. So yeah, bar risers, handguards, cell phone mount, giant loop bag, rack. I put my skid plate on there. Sorry guys, my dog's here. I'm playing fetch with her as I'm talking to you. Pretty pleased with my DRZ400. If you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments. I try to do a good job of reading your comments and responding, and I will get back to you. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know, and if I have a recommendation, I'll give it to you if you ask for it. Very pleased with my DRZ400. Oh yeah, the other thing I'd like to get probably is a seat. This seat is like a 2x4. So seat, mirrors, tail tidy. They're on the list, but they're not necessary, if that makes sense. So as I go, if I have some extra cash. The problem is I got two bikes I got to buy for. I've got this one and I've got my Africa Twin, and I still want to do some things to that. And so it's hard to have all the funds to do everything on both bikes all at once. So it's kind of kind of going to be a process. That's half the fun though, right? Is continuing to modify the bike to fit your needs. And just really enjoy the bike. I've had a great time riding it. Glad I bought it. And I look forward to lots of riding. So thanks again for watching. If you have, like I said, if you have questions, put them in the comments down below. My email address is listed in the in my description as well. I'm happy to answer your emails, and I will talk at you later. Take care, everybody. Hey everybody, welcome back to my